Today in Pennsylvania state capital of Harrisburg, social workers and advocates called for an expansion to mental health services and investments in the workforce.
And Erie News Now state capitol correspondent heard about the challenges they face and what they're looking to get out of the next budget. Good evening, Brendan.
Hey there, Mike and Eva, good evening. Yeah, funding for mental health and behavioral services is set to be a really big topic here in the 2023-24 budget. Social workers hope that whatever that final investment is, that it will be enough to keep pace with the growing demand.
Social workers are truly everywhere. Schools, hospitals, and the corrections system, public and private agencies.
And today, they were at the state capitol.
I'm a proud social worker.
Sierra McNeil is the president-elect of the National Association of Social Workers Pennsylvania chapter. She says demand for social workers is very high, but the road to becoming one is challenging and not cheap.
And so with the increase in demand, you have social workers who want to do this work, but there are so many different challenges and barriers to getting to becoming a licensed clinical social worker.
Those challenges, advocates say, lead to high turnover, which means more money to train new workers.
Because we keep taking training dollars and then retraining new workers that have to replace them because of turnover in our human service workforce.
Former state representative Tim Sipe is the legislative chair of NASWPA. He says if trained and qualified social workers were paid better with less barriers, there'd be less turnover.
If we're constantly retraining people, we're just spinning our wheels instead of actually really helping people.
In addition to workforce retention, advocates are calling for an expansion to TANF, or temporary assistance for needy families.
In 1990, 87% of those in poverty were receiving the TANF cash grant.
But now, over 30 years later,
it's down to about 25%. So 75% of the people in poverty are not qualifying for TANF anymore.
And Mike and Eva, another really big priority for advocates and Democratic lawmakers at today's rally is raising the state's minimum wage. Just within the past 15 or 20 minutes breaking here in Harrisburg, the House did pass a bill to raise the minimum wage in Pennsylvania gradually to $15 per hour by 2026. You can hear the House is celebrating, House Democrats are celebrating the passage of HB 1500. We'll have more details about that bill and the push to raise the state's minimum wage here on our website, erienewsnow.com. But for now, reporting live at the state capitol for Erie News Now, I'm Brendan Scanlon.